Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into some awesome strategies for growing your YouTube channel.
Nice.
Yeah, we found this really interesting text file from a creator who was able to get 50,000 subscribers in just a year.
Oh, wow.
And they did it all while staying true to themselves.
That's awesome.
No fancy scripts or tricks, just pure passion and a knack for connecting with their audience.
It's really inspiring to see creators who prioritize authenticity.
Totally. And you know what they say? Success leaves clues. So today, we're going to dig into those clues and see how you can apply them to your own YouTube journey.
Sounds good. I'm excited to see what they have to share.
All right, so this creator, they're a big believer in starting with a strong foundation, which means finding your niche.
Yeah, finding your niche is super important.
But they go deeper than just picking a broad topic.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, they shared this anecdote about how they initially started with a broader lifestyle niche, but found more success and enjoyment when they narrowed their focus to marketing and content creation tutorials.
That makes sense.
It was a smaller audience, but it was their audience, people who were genuinely interested in their specific expertise.
I think a lot of creators struggle with that, trying to be everything to everyone.
For sure, and that can lead to burnout too.
Totally.
So it's not just about finding a niche, it's about finding a niche where your passion and expertise can really shine through.
I love that. Passion and expertise are such a powerful combination.
Absolutely. Okay, so you've got your niche nailed down. How do you stand out in what might be a crowded space?
That's a great question. And this is where competitor analysis comes in.
Competitor analysis, so you mean like spying on the competition?
Well, not exactly. It's not about copying what others are doing. It's about understanding the landscape, seeing what's working, and figuring out how you can differentiate yourself.
Ah, I see. So it's more about learning from what others are doing well.
Right. It's about gaining insights and inspiration.
So where do you even begin with competitor analysis?
Yeah.
There's just so much to consider.
Absolutely. It can feel overwhelming. But this creator suggests breaking it down into key elements.
Okay, I like that. Break it down.
So first, you look at the content ideas themselves.
Okay, content ideas.
What are the popular video formats in your niche? What topics are resonating with viewers?
Got it. So you're seeing what's already working for others.
Then you analyze their production style, things like editing, pacing, use of visuals.
Ah, so you're looking at the quality of the video.
Exactly. And don't forget about engagement tactics.
Engagement tactics, tell me more.
How are they interacting with their audience in the comments section? Are they using polls or community posts?
So you're looking at how they're building community.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Wow, so it's like detective work. You're piecing together clues to understand what makes successful channels tick.
That's a great way to put it.
But once you have all this information, how do you use it to inform your own strategy?
Well, this creator actually gave a specific example.
And I love examples. Let's hear it.
They mentioned using a tool called TubeBuddy to analyze their competitors' tags and keywords.
TubeBuddy, I've heard of that.
It's a great tool, and it gave them insights into what terms people were searching for and helped them optimize their own video titles and descriptions.
So they're using data to their advantage, not just relying on guesswork.
Exactly. Data can be incredibly valuable.
That's a really great tip. So even with great content and a solid understanding of your competition, you still need to connect with the right people.
100%. That's where understanding your audience becomes crucial.
I think a lot of creators forget about that part.
Yeah, you can't just create content in a vacuum and hope it resonates. You need to know who you're talking to, what they care about, and how they consume content.
Makes total sense. So how do you get inside your audience's head?
Well, this creator is a big advocate for going beyond basic demographics.
Beyond demographics, what do you mean?
They talk about diving deeper into your audience's motivations, pain points, aspirations.
Wow, so you're really getting to know your audience on a personal level.
Right. It's about understanding them as human beings.
That's a really powerful concept.
They also emphasize the importance of looking closely at comments.
Comments, I dread reading those sometimes.
I get it, but this creator actually sees critical comments as opportunities for growth.
Well, that's interesting. So it's not about trying to please everyone.
Exactly. It's about understanding what resonates with your target audience and using feedback to refine your content.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
But how do you grab their attention in the first place? There's so much content out there vying for their eyeballs.
You're telling me it's like a content jungle out there.
That's where crafting compelling titles and thumbnails comes into play.
Titles and thumbnails, the first impression.
Exactly. You have just a few seconds to make someone want to click on your video.
So we need to make those seconds count.
Absolutely. This creator has a great analogy, actually.
I love analogies. Lay it on me.
They compare titles and thumbnails to book covers.
Okay, so you're saying we need to judge a video by its cover.
Well, not exactly, but let's be real. A captivating cover definitely makes you more likely to pick up a book and take a closer look.
True. I'm much more likely to buy a book with a cool cover.
Same here. So think of your titles and thumbnails as your video's cover.
Okay, I can see that.
They need to grab attention and accurately represent the content inside.
So what kind of tips did they give for creating those attention-grabbing titles and thumbnails?
Well, they suggest focusing on strong emotional hooks.
Emotional hooks? Like what?
Things like using language that either promises a solution to a problem or sparks curiosity.
Ooh, that's good.
For example, instead of a generic title like How to Bake a Cake, you might say, The One Cake Baking Secret They Don't Want You to Know.
Haha. Yeah, that's way more intriguing.
Right. It makes you want to know what that secret is.
Totally. So it's about adding intrigue, but still making it clear what the video's about.
Exactly. You don't want to mislead people.
Right, clickbait is never a good look.
And don't forget about the visuals. Thumbnails are just as important as titles.
True. They need to be eye-catching.
Exactly. High quality, relevant to the content.
Did they mention any specific tools or techniques for creating thumbnails?
They actually mentioned Canva, which is a free and user-friendly design tool.
Canva. Yeah, I use that for everything.
Me too. They said they use it for all their thumbnails and even shared a few templates they created to make the process easier.
Awesome. So they're not just giving general advice, they're sharing practical tips and resources that anyone can use.
That's what makes their advice so valuable. They're walking the walk and sharing what's worked for them.
Love that. So we've covered finding your niche, analyzing your competition, crafting compelling titles and thumbnails. What's next?
Now we get to the heart of what this creator believes is the most crucial element of YouTube's success: building a strong community.
Right, community. Everyone's talking about that these days.
Yeah, but what does it actually mean in the context of YouTube?
That's a great question.
This creator sees community as more than just subscribers.
It's more than just a number.
Right. It's about fostering a sense of belonging, connection, and loyalty.
So it's like building a tribe of loyal fans.
Exactly. And they believe it's what separates YouTube from platforms like TikTok, where the focus is often on quick, fleeting engagement.
Ah, so it's about cultivating a space where people want to stick around, not just scroll through and move on.
Precisely.
I'm intrigued. How do you actually build that kind of community on YouTube?
That's where things get really interesting. This creator has some very specific strategies for fostering genuine connections with viewers, and we're going to dive into those strategies in part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good. I'm ready to hear more.
Welcome back, everyone. So last time we were talking about building a real community on YouTube.
Yeah, real community. It's more than just hitting that subscribe button, right?
Totally. And this creator had some pretty insightful thoughts on what makes YouTube special for community building.
Yeah, they were comparing it to TikTok, right?
Exactly. They talked about how TikTok, with its short-form content, is all about those quick views and instant gratification.
Oh, for sure.
But with YouTube, the longer format allows for a deeper kind of connection.
It's like you have more time to actually get to know someone.
Exactly. It's not just about grabbing attention, it's about holding it and building a relationship with your viewers.
That makes a lot of sense.
They gave this great example of one of their most popular series.
Oh, what's that?
It breaks down these complex marketing strategies into bite-sized lessons.
Nice.
Yeah, and those videos average like 15 minutes long.
15 minutes. That's a decent chunk of time.
Right, but it gives them the space to really dive into the nuances of each topic.
I see. So they're not just skimming the surface.
And they actually said that their longer videos tend to have higher retention rates.
Higher retention rates, meaning people are actually watching the whole thing.
Exactly.
Wow, so people are actually sticking around.
Which means they're more invested in the content, more invested in the creator.
Okay, but how do you keep people engaged for that long?
That's a great question. And this creator emphasizes the importance of storytelling.
Storytelling. I love a good story.
Me too. They believe that sharing personal experiences is key to building authenticity and connection.
Okay, so it's not just about delivering information, it's about making it personal.
Right. Sharing those highs and lows, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh yeah, people love a good behind-the-scenes look.
And they even shared a story about how they overcame a major setback in their business.
Oh wow, so they were vulnerable with their audience.
Yeah, they were hesitant at first because they thought it might make them look bad.
I can understand that.
But the response from their audience was overwhelmingly positive.
So being vulnerable actually strengthened their bond with their audience.
Totally. People saw their human side, their resilience.
Yeah. It's inspiring to see someone bounce back from a challenge.
And this actually connects to another one of their strategies, which is being transparent about their process.
Transparent about their process, what do they mean by that?
Well, they're not just showing the finished product.
So they're not just showing the highlight reel.
Right. They're taking their audience behind the scenes,
I love that.
showing the work that goes into creating their content, the challenges they face.
Even the mistake.
Even the mistakes, they're not afraid to show that they're human.
That's awesome. It makes them so much more relatable.
Exactly. And by showing their process, they're also providing valuable insights and teaching moments for their audience.
It's like, hey, I'm learning and growing just like you.
Exactly. And they also talk about consistently engaging with viewers.
Engaging with viewers, how do they do that?
Well, they make it a point to respond to comments, answer questions, and even address viewers directly in their videos.
So it's like they're having a conversation with their audience, not just talking at them.
Exactly. They're creating that two-way dialogue.
That's so important. It makes people feel seen and heard.
Right. They believe in actively participating in the community they've created.
I love that. It shows they actually care about their viewers.
And they have some specific tactics for fostering this engagement.
Oh, tell me more.
For example, they mentioned using YouTube Studio to track comments and respond to them in a timely manner.
So they're not just letting comments pile up.
Nope, they're staying on top of it.
That's impressive. I struggled to keep up with my inbox, let alone YouTube comments.
And they're also using those built-in features like polls and community posts to spark conversations and get feedback.
Oh yeah, those are great tools.
They're awesome for keeping that conversation going, even when you're not posting new videos.
I need to start using those more.
And they shared one more tactic that I thought was brilliant.
Oh, I'm all ears.
They actually create dedicated content specifically for their most engaged viewers.
Wow, so they're like rewarding their loyal fans.
Exactly. It could be anything from behind-the-scenes videos to exclusive Q&A sessions or even early access to new content.
That's awesome. I bet their fans love that.
They do. It makes them feel like VIPs.
And it really strengthens that sense of community.
For sure. It's all about creating a space where people want to hang out, learn, and connect with each other.
It's more than just watching videos. It's about being part of something bigger.
Exactly.
But let's be real, a lot of creators also want to make money from their YouTube channels.
Oh yeah, monetization is a big topic.
So how does this creator approach monetization without compromising their community building principles?
That's a great question. And I think you'll find their approach to monetization is just as thoughtful and authentic as their approach to community building.
Okay, I'm excited to hear more about this. Let's explore their monetization strategies in the final part of our deep dive. Okay, so we're back and ready to tackle the big question.
The M word.
Haha, exactly. Monetization. I think it's on everyone's mind when it comes to YouTube.
Definitely. We've been talking about passion and community and authenticity, but most creators are hoping to generate income from their work.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a lot of effort to put into a channel, so it's natural to want to see some return on that investment.
And this creator doesn't shy away from talking about money.
I like that. They're keeping it real.
Yeah, and what I really appreciate is that they don't frame it as some get-rich-quick scheme.
So it's not about like 10 hacks to make millions on YouTube.
Nope. They actually emphasize the importance of aligning your monetization strategies with your values.
So it's about making money in a way that feels good and doesn't compromise your integrity.
Exactly, and doesn't exploit your community.
Okay, so that sounds great in theory, but how do they actually put that into practice?
Well, they don't really get into the specifics of like sponsorships or affiliate marketing.
Oh, interesting.
They focus more on the underlying principles that should guide your monetization strategy.
So it's more about the big picture.
Right, like why are you monetizing? What are your goals?
Yeah.
And how can you do it in a way that feels authentic to you and your audience?
I like that approach. It's more holistic.
They start by emphasizing the importance of understanding your audience's needs and desires.
Okay, so you need to know what your audience wants, what problems they're facing.
Exactly. If you're creating products or services that genuinely solve problems for your audience, they're much more likely to be open to your offers.
It's about providing value, not just pushing products.
Precisely. And this creator believes that if you're truly serving your audience, monetization will flow naturally from the trust and loyalty you've built.
Makes sense. It's like people want to support creators they trust and believe in.
Exactly. And they're also big on transparency.
Transparency, that's come up a lot in their advice.
Yeah, they believe in being open and honest with your audience about how you make money.
So don't be afraid to tell them you're using affiliate links or offering paid memberships.
Right. Be upfront about it.
I think that can be scary for some creators, like they're worried about turning people off.
I get it, but they actually shared an example of when they first started using affiliate links.
Oh yeah, what happened?
Well, they were worried about how their audience would react.
It's a valid concern.
But they decided to just be honest about it, explaining that they only recommend products they genuinely believe in and that using their links helps support the channel.
And how did their audience respond?
They were totally supportive. They actually appreciated the transparency.
See? People are often more understanding than we give them credit for.
Especially if you've already built that strong foundation of trust.
Okay, so transparency is key.
Definitely. And they also encourage exploring a variety of monetization options.
Oh, so it's not like a one-size-fits-all approach.
Nope. Some creators might do really well with sponsorships, while others might find more success with merch or online courses.
It's about finding what works best for you and your audience.
Right, and what aligns with your values.
So if you're just starting out and feeling overwhelmed by all the monetization options out there, what do they recommend?
They say start small. Don't try to implement every strategy all at once.
That's good advice. It's easy to get overwhelmed.
Focus on one or two methods at first,
Right.
master those, and then gradually expand your strategy as your channel grows.
And they also emphasize the importance of patience.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
It's not like you're going to start raking in the cash overnight.
Definitely not. It takes consistent effort, a willingness to adapt, and a genuine desire to serve your audience.
So it all comes back to authenticity and providing value.
That's at the heart of it.
I think this creator's approach to monetization is really inspiring.
I agree. It shows that you don't have to compromise your values to be successful on YouTube.
And it gives creators permission to make money in a way that feels good.
Exactly.
Well, this has been such a great deep dive. We've learned so much about finding our niche, crafting compelling content, building community, and monetizing authentically.
It's been a jam-packed episode, that's for sure.
And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that authenticity really is key.
I totally agree. Be yourself, share your passions, connect with your audience.
It's not about tricks or hacks. It's about building something real and meaningful.
Something that resonates with people.
Well said. So go out there, be yourself, create amazing content, and watch your channel thrive.
And until next time, keep diving deep.